So today we are going to discuss about cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. So in photosynthesis, as I said in the last lecture video, this uh, electron is transferring to its receptors by non-cyclic and cyclic. One is non-cyclic, one is cyclic. So non-cyclic we have discussed already. So cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. And phosphorylation means to production of ATP by adding of one inorganic phosphate to ADP. Okay, and why photo? Because light energy is helping to for this photophosphorylation pathway. So together it's called as photophosphorylation. And why cyclic? We will see now. So this is a diagram. Don't confused by looking at the whole at a time. Just look from here to here. Okay, this area. See what happens in non-cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. If have you seen this non-cyclic photophosphorylation pathway, you know that electron from oxygen evolving complex to photosystem 2, it is coming to its primary acceptor, that is its excited state, and it is going to plastoquinine, cytochrome B6 complex, then plastocyanin, and to its photosystem 1, and it is continuing to excited again by the light energy, and it is driven to its it's going to ferredoxin, and later on it is reduce this NADP positive by the help of FNR and converting NADPH, right? This is all over your non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So cyclic, what happens when this electron reaches to the ferredoxin, it is not reducing this NADP positive. It is not reducing, sorry, this NADP, it's not reducing this NADP positive. Instead of reducing NADP positive, the electron moves back to plastoquinine. Okay, consider this electron, consider that electron is coming from plastoquinine. Okay, so from plastoquinine it is coming cytochrome B6 complex, plastocyanin, then photosystem 1, and it is coming to ferredoxin. From ferredoxin, it's need to go to NADP positive, right? But it's instead of going to NADP positive, it's going to back to plastoquinine, and again it's flowing through this process. So see, the receiver and the electron donor here in cyclic photophosphorylation is the same, right? Electron is coming back here only. It is not going to its NADP positive. Okay, so this is why it is known as cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. Phosphorylation, as I said that ATP will be produced. Yes, ATP will be produced here between plastoquinine and cytochrome B6 complex. Here ATP will be produced when in the lumen, H positive will become more than the stroma. Okay, so H positive will coming out, and this produce ATP by ATP synthase complex. Here ATP synthase complex will be present, which transfer the electron from lumen to the stroma, and they will produce ATP. In this cyclic photophosphorylation pathway, NADPH will not be generated. Okay, only in non-cyclic photophosphorylation ATP and NADPH both will generate, but in cyclic only ATP will be generated. Okay, so electron is flowing in a cyclic way. So this is why it is known as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So now why this pathway is required? Why we have non-cyclic photophosphorylation where ATP and NADPH both is producing in this electron transport chain. This is nothing but electron transport chain, okay, together. So why it's required cyclic photophosphorylation? No need, right? It is required because for running our Kelvin cycle, we need the energy as 3:2 ratio. It means 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH. Okay, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of ATPH. If only non-cyclic photophosphorylation will happen, then the production of ATP and NADPH will not match to 3:2 ratio. For requirement of more ATP compared to NADPH, we need this cyclic photophosphorylation. We can see in cyclic photophosphorylation only ATP is producing, not NADPH, only ATP. Okay, here ATP will be produced here, not NADPH, because electron is not going to NADP positive reductase for converting NADP positive to NADPH. For generating more ATP, we need cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. So see energy for chemiosmotic synthesis of ATP, photophosphorylation. Here photophosphorylation happens, and this NADPH and this ATP, they will run the Calvin cycle process where carbon dioxide will be fixed. This is carbon fixation. Okay, so this is your overview of electron transport chain together and your cyclic photophosphorylation pathway, where electron acceptor is plastoquinine and electron donor is also the plastoquinine. From plastoquinine it is going to photosystem 1, from photosystem 1 to ferredoxin, and again back to the plastoquinine. And while going through this process, our ATP is generating, because it needs to match with 3:2 ratio for running this Calvin cycle. Okay, NADPH is only for non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and ATP in cyclic and non-cyclic in the both pathway. Okay, so this is your overview of non-cyclic photophosphorylation pathway. Hope you have understood that why cyclic photophosphorylation is required and how it is happens. Okay, thank you for watching the video.